to Kentucky Sports, the loyal BBN fan show, and it starts right now.
BBN, what's going on? What's up, people? Look, I want everybody to come on in. I want you to get your chips. I want you to get your sodas. I want you to get the dog and sit on the couch or lay in the bed. We just about to have we about to have a family conversation about Kentucky. Let's just have a discussion. Can we do that, family? Together. We're gonna just talk Kentucky for a couple of minutes. Come on in. Yep, this is family tonight. This is family time. Oh yeah, this is one big happy family right here. We just gonna just jump right into this tonight. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. Let's do it. I hope everybody is home relaxing tonight. Uh, wow, I'm getting a slow start this morning. I'm usually up and going by now. I'm usually almost an hour into my walk, but I said, you know what? Tonight I'm not walking. I'm going live because I want to hang out with my family. So what's up, everybody? Talk to me tonight. What is up? Happy to be here with you guys tonight. I am excited about Kentucky basketball. We're making progress. We're moving. Coach Pope is out there doing his thing. And as a family, we just going to laugh and we're going to talk about it tonight. And that's what we're going to do. So, yes, we're going to do that as a family. What's up, man? What's everybody doing? How's everybody? Hello, Mike from Harlan, Kentucky. I'm here, Ricky Bobby style. If you're not first, you're last, baby. That's what I'm talking about. You got to be on time. Hey, Kim, thank you for joining. Thank you guys for coming on in. Look, can we just have a family conversation tonight? We're family, right? Are we family? We are. So that's gonna be my new theme for my whole show is that we're family. And when we come together and when we hang out, we're gonna just be like family. We're gonna get around the kitchen table. We're gonna just talk Kentucky. Everybody ain't always gonna how many of you guys know family don't get along when they sit around the table. Things sometimes are said that maybe shouldn't be said, but if you're family, then we all right because we know we get up from the table, we gonna hug, we gonna dab it up, and we gonna go about our day. But it's all out of love. And when you're talking about Kentucky basketball, Kentucky football, Kentucky period, you know there's some joy behind all of that. So thank all you guys for tuning in so far. Thank you. Um, it's a lot going on, it seems like right now. It seems like, you know what? The way I've been looking at it, it's like it's a whole lot going on, but not too much going on. Just enough to say, okay, things are still in progress, things are still moving, things we can still see certain things. So, hey, Bush, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Uh, Tyler, I appreciate it. Thanks for joining in, Julia. I thank you uh, for coming in. David, thank you so much from Harlan County. So we're gonna just talk a little. We're gonna just talk a little sports tonight, and I'm pretty excited about that. Um, so today, I actually got out of work a little bit early today because I had to go to the doctor. And let me tell you about the hospital experience here in Kuwait. It's it's by far one of the best that I've ever experienced. So here, you don't necessarily have to make an appointment in this, you could just walk in and the service is immaculate. It is great over here to go to the hospital. Like you don't even worry about it. And it's getting me through the deployment, Louisville native here. Hey Tyler, hey, where you at on deployment at? I just saw that, so I definitely had to just acknowledge that. So Big Stoops is cooking. The guy with the running back out of that I think he's coming down to Georgia. What's his name? Boone, I think it's his name. But Tyler, hey, where you at on deployment at? If you can say, I'm not sure if you can say or not. But anyway, um, my experience today going to the hospital today, I had to go to the hospital and my boss just said, "Hey, just go ahead and go to the hospital and everything." And coaching staff at UK is good. So I walk into the hospital, and I'm not kidding you guys. I walk into the hospital, and I don't know if I can do this at home. And somebody can tell me if I'm wrong or not. It's not an emergency. It's just a walk in, can I see a doctor? I walk in. I'm sitting at the counter. The lady says, "You can come up now." I go up. She takes my information and everything. She didn't immediately ask for my insurance. She asked me what was wrong and stuff like that. So she took my paperwork and my ID. She told me to have a seat. Before I could sit down and get my phone out to sit there, they had already called me back to do my vitals. Like I didn't have a chance to even sit down. They called me back to do my vitals. They said, "Okay, we'll go sit back out front, and we'll call you in a minute." I get home. I get back to my seat at the hospital. I just start scrolling through my phone. "Mr. Spencer, hey, we're ready for you." And as soon as I sit down, I get to go in the back. Now, this is within the first 10 minutes. I'm already in there seeing the big nurse within 10 minutes. And this is a walk-in appointment. So I go in, I'm talking to him, and I'm thinking he's gonna be like, "Okay, we'll just give you some medicine for how you're feeling, and hopefully you'll be okay." Oh no, oh no, that wasn't the case for sure. They said, "We're gonna send you upstairs for a test." I was like, "Okay." I went out in the lobby. I thought I was going to sit down to wait. They said, "Oh, no, 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 no. No, you don't sit down. You go upstairs to get the test." As soon as I go upstairs, they're waiting for me. Like this is a walk-in appointment. This is not an appointment or anything. I walk in and they was like, "Hey, did you drink a lot of water?" And I'm like, "No." They said, "So drink a lot of water before we do the test." So they made me drink a lot of water. And long story short, my whole visit, besides the pharmacy part, I went through two specialists within an hour. Within 1 hour, I had already seen two specialists, and to me, that kind of blown me away for the experience at the hospital here in Kuwait. It was just everything was just immaculate. Even the elevators smell good. Everything just smelled really, really good. So uh, I just wanted to share. I'm feeling a little better this morning. So, but I said I'm going live today, and I went live. And I'm here with you guys because I wanted to hang out with family today. So sorry if me sharing my story with you is boring, but I just want you guys to know what I'm doing with my life over here. But anyway, let's get down to some sports right now. So, 'cause I know that's what you guys came here. You guys didn't come here to, uh, you guys didn't come on here to hear me talk about my immaculate experience at the hospital today for a walk-in appointment. So I'm getting better. I am. I could take the day off, but I don't want to take the day off. I get like phobia when I take a day off of work. I don't really know how to take a day off work. People be like, "Hey man, just call in." So all you got to do is just call in. I'll be like, "No, I think I go to work today. I feel at peace when I go to work. I don't like to just skip work just because we can." So let me tell you, for sick leave over here, they sick leave, they give you 240 hours a year of sick leave. 240 hours of sick leave. Like, who the heck uses 240 hours of sick leave a year? I'm like, you can't even make this stuff up. They're like, "Hey, we just want you to be okay. If you need to take a sick day, take a sick day." I'm like, "No, I can't do that, man." The- I'm like, "No, I'm going to work." But anyway, Kentucky football is doing some things that I know I don't talk a lot about football right now because it's so much going on with basketball. I'm definitely not neglecting. I know Bush Harden. I know he loves football, so we're gonna talk some football too eventually. But I know we got like a big running back that could possibly seems to be, as he said, a lock. He follows football a lot too. But I think right now, because of the rebuilding of Kentucky, um, because of the rebuilding of Kentucky basketball, in a sense, I kind of think that takes kind of precedent because especially until we build the team out, until we know how the team looks, I think that's going to be the thing that's going to be talked about the most for right now. And unfortunately, it's not really to say that UK football is not important, but with us with what's going on with basketball, I kind of think that's the thing that's kind of on top of everything. Um, that's actually going on. So also don't forget that tomorrow I'll be going live again. I'll be going live again to be talking about the picture that I posted on my that I posted it on a post and that I showed on the show the other night when I went last. So I'll be doing a show again tomorrow night. This same time tomorrow night I'll be doing a show. So 8 Eastern time tomorrow night I'll be on there talking about that picture that I actually showed you guys. Yes, for sure. Talk. We here. Bush Hamden is a major diehard football fan, and I know he wants to talk football. So we're gonna get to football for sure. So I'm definitely not neglecting our football team because I think we're gonna do some big things this year. Um, Once again, but yeah, I think the biggest news right now is that Mark Stoops has his, he has a solid staff with the latest hire, and of course the Jason Hart is now there. That's official, and also now it's official that Alvin Brooks will be joining the coaching staff as well too. And like the biggest thing about it though, as these guys is that like Mark Pope can recruit, but he's bringing in two guys who have recruited at a high level anyhow. So I think, and also another fan that texted me brought it to my attention. He just kind of reminded me is about especially getting Brooks. I think he said the pipeline to Texas is that we can go out there and now we can still get some players because when Brooks goes out there, he's not a stranger. He's not somebody who's just going out west or going out to Texas to try to pull players. I think that's really positive for us, and I think it's something that as a fan base we should be excited about because one thing that we was concerned about is um, one thing that we've been concerned about as fans is um, can we actually get let me do this right here. Um, can we actually get a recruiter in here, some recruiters in here that can do a good job in that level? So I think hiring these guys was a slam dunk for these guys. Also, someone texted me this morning, and I didn't read the whole text, but it was basically in the vicinity of what's my thoughts on getting Alvin Brooks instead of getting Kenny Payne. What do you guys feel about that? Do you guys think we got a better hire by getting Alvin Brooks, or would we have been better if we brought in Kenny Payne? Now we know how much the players that was here before that was coached by Kenny. We know how much they loved him, but you have to say to yourself is that this is a new era. This is Mark Pope bringing in his guys, bringing in now if Kenny wanted to come to Kentucky, would Coach Pope accept him and take him? Absolutely. I don't think he would have turned him away at all. I think he would have been on the staff today if that's what he so wanted to do. But personally, for me, if you're going to start building a program in your vision, then I think it's important to remember that this is like nothing against Kenny. I think Kenny did really good here for Kentucky. I'm I'm really uh, I'm really pleased with what he did at my alma mater. But I am building my legacy. I am building my vision. So Kenny can recruit too. So that's something that we should take in consideration too as well. But yeah, as far as the heart of Alvin Brooks from Baylor, I'm okay with that. I have to be honest, and I think if we're all being honest, he's not somebody that I just had on my radar as a coach. It's not like I keep up with coaches at Baylor. So it's kind of one of those things where it's just he's here. We have to trust the coach that he knows exactly what he's doing, that he's bringing in the right pieces, and he brought in from the media as far as Hart goes, and far as Brooks goes, and of course we all know Fox. Um, we all know one thing is for sure is that the media seems to really, really like these coaches that Mark Pope was able to go out and get as his assistant coaches. Whether it's for just teaching basketball, whether it's just grooming the guys, I think it all comes full circle as far as how Mark Pope envisions his team and his legacy and next year and how important it is that he goes out and get these type of guys. Now we just got to wait and we just got to see what happens and how this right here all unfolds. And I think that's the biggest part of this whole thing is is this going to be a slam dunk? Is this going to be a truly patience and rebuilding year, or are they just trying to go all the way out in year one and just do everything that they can? Um, so we have to see about that too. Also, and of course, the biggest thing in basketball is still going to be the portal. We still got tons of players out there. Coach Pope is still out there visiting people. He's still out there trying to bring in some kids. I know this weekend I tried to when I tried to prep for the show, and I tried to put the most important people or in the order that I think that is important to us. And so I kind of went with my first guy, which would be Aiden Mahaney. He's from St. Mary's. He's a guard. He's 6'3", averaging about 14 points a game, shooting about 37 and a half from 3 points. Um, so, this is a guy, once again, St. Mary's is not one of those teams that as a Kentucky fan that you keep up with, that they always battled out there out west with Gonzaga. We know that those guys always gave Gonzaga a hard time, and he was one of the guys who always would give Gonzaga a hard time when they played him. Because there's nobody really out there in the West Coast Conference, and really except, in my opinion, it's just Gonzaga and then St. Mary's. And so, if Mark Pope feels like that he can go out and get another shooter, which is what we need some shooters. I don't think we're going to have an issue with getting some guys that can go down and that can bang and that is big and physical. But we still got to have, because Amari, he's his numbers when it comes to shooting the ball outside of the box or whatever is not going to jump off the page. Great Osobor, he's not a player that's going to be shooting outside a lot. So the thing that we had this past year is we had a lot of shooters. We didn't really have a major inside game, but we had a lot of shooters. So I think we're kind of swapping. But I think Coach Pope is actually getting a good mixture of guys that can really gel together and that can play ball and that we can go inside and we can go outside. But he's also looking for the bigs like Amari and also if we get great Osobor, those guys are really, really great passers, which is really big because guys are going to be trying to stop us down low and they're going to be double teaming. Do they have the skill enough that they can get the ball out and get it to the players so we can at least get some shots up? And I think that's important because we can go in, we can go out, we can toss it, whatever we need to do around the perimeter for these guys to be able to actually really pass the ball and really get the ball out to these guys. And I think that's very important when you start putting together a team. Can everybody have a little bit of everything going for them that a team can't just key in on one person. And I think we kind of saw that this year. It just didn't go as well as we wanted to go. Actually, it ended in a disaster. But we're over that, and we're just moving forward. So Aiden should be on campus this weekend, visiting with the team. Hopefully, that's a success. Now, one more thing before I go on is that one of the things that I look at is that not necessarily a player's numbers. A player's numbers can jump off the page or not jump off the page. The thing that I look at when I look at a recruit or somebody in the transfer portal is, and you guys probably say the same thing, is that I look at who wants them. Not just so much what they did as a player, but who else wants them. And when I look on the list and I see that Virginia wants him, which he's making a visit, and when I look on the list and I see that UConn really wants him, then that lets me know that Mark Pope is recruiting the right guys. He's not out here just saying, well, I got roster spots. I got to fill it as fast as possible. So let me just see if I can just get guys to come into Kentucky and play basketball. He's really picking it. He's really hand picking players who he really feels can really fit into his system. So if he can go out and say that this guy can come and play in his system and he would fit, then I don't see why he can't. Then I don't see why I can't. So, what is? So we just got to go see. What's going on with that. With Aiden and see if he has a successful visit here. I know he's actually in. I'm not sure if he's in UConn. I think he's in UConn right now. I think that's where he's at right now. I'm visiting those guys, and I think that's why Kentucky was going to be this weekend after he finishes up visits. But you know what they say: you always save the best. You always save the best for last. So you, um, so he's gonna come to Kentucky, and he's gonna be blown away with everything. And how can you not say no to the University of Kentucky? Absolutely. Um, so we definitely gonna have to do that, absolutely, for sure. Next up line, we got great Osobor, and the thing about him is, I mean, he's making visits. Let me see that I put down. His visit, he's gonna be visiting soon. We thought we was gonna get him this weekend, but no exact date to visit unless somebody saw something before I went to bed. I mean, since I went to bed last night. So right now we're not really sure when we're going to get him on campus. I think the positive thing, regardless if we're not really sure on when we're going to get him on campus, is the big sale of him and Mari knowing each other, being roommates, already playing together. So I have to stay positive. And what one thing that I say to myself is that maybe he's just taking his visits. Maybe he's just enjoying the process of actually looking around. And maybe in a sense he's already decided inside what he's going to do. As fans, we just wish guys would say we're going to so and so place, and then we can either say we got him or we can say that we can move on from him. But we got to wait and see what he does. He's an explosive. He's a big boy. He can ball. He can move. Why wouldn't we want this guy on the team to play with Amari? Like those two guys, we always say we got some great shooters to pair with each other. Now we got two big guys that can compare with each other. That both guys can get up and down the floor. Both guys can, they can rebound. Great teammates. Both of them can pass really, really well. Like why wouldn't he? So we just gotta see. We gotta see how this actually pans out. I wish he would go ahead and just commit to Kentucky so we could just get this out of the way and so we can continue to build and know our team. That would be a very, very positive thing if he can actually do that. So great Osobor. We don't really have a date when he's going to visit yet. We just hope that it's soon, and we hope that once again he saves the last for last. So let me see. Miles Voice said it's about NIL money. It's not about playing basketball in college. I know Pope is going after players who fits his team. I hope the players realize that. Yeah, and I'm actually going to get to. I was going to get to Jaden about that too as well, because it appears that Jaden is really, really looking for a big payday, and I don't know. You know, we won in that battle, as I said last time. He ain't going to Arkansas. He ain't following John Calipari, so that leaves the door open a little bit. I do want to mention something that I heard about Cal. Cal says that he's not going to get in a bidding battle. He's not going to start bidding, you know, money for just to get the players. So he's not going to do that. Maybe that's what turned Jaden off to going to play for Arkansas, because Cal says, "Look, I'm not going to just cater to you. I'm not going to just give you the money that you want. Either you want to play or you don't." I definitely take my hat off to that. I hope Coach Pope is pretty much the same way. Either you want to play at Kentucky or you don't want to play at Kentucky. Don't try to stiff arm me. Don't try to hold my hand behind my back if I don't pay you the money that you want. Come to Kentucky because you want to play. But unfortunately, we don't live in that era no more, and we live in you have to show these players the book. You got to show them the money. But it like this is our basketball has changed, and Jaden. I'm liking us over Jaden. A lot of people would actually really prefer great Osipor over Jaden. Now we know that if I'm correct, I think Osobor only has his 1 year, and we know Jaden has to be at his school for at least he has to be in college for 2 years. So we know that right off the bat. So some people would be like, okay, get Jaden, let him continue to develop, and then in year two, because we know unless he transfers, then we know we got him for at least 2 years. We know in year two his jump from freshman to sophomore is going to be tremendous. So we definitely have to actually go up and actually see that. Um, Vandy Chris says Q is not going to UK. He has already crossed Arkansas. UK's off list after Pope did his. Okay, well then, see, there you go. Then we can move on from that. We can move on if Jaden's not coming to Kentucky. We wish him we wish him the best, and we hope he finds a home. Maybe Jaden, maybe he'll end up in Louisville. I mean, why would you want to go to Louisville over UK? It puzzles me. But it ain't even about going to Louisville over Kentucky. It's just about Louisville he's probably going to give him the money that he wants, and ready to hand out that money for Jaden. He is. And the thing about Jaden to me is that it makes me smile for my head coach, knowing that, hey, this is my first year at Kentucky, but this ain't my first rodeo. I ain't just did this yesterday, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna stick to who I am, and I'm not here to try to necessarily buy your services in a sense. We don't mind making sure that you get paid, but you're not gonna tie my hands behind my back and just force me to do something that I don't want to do, because I know right now that your attitude is you've already Jaden has already showed his hand as a young man. But I have to ask this question though. He's 16 years old. He's 16 years old. How much of this has to do with ever who's in his corner, ever who's in his ear? Like, he's only 16 years old. I'm not saying that the kid's not bright. I'm not saying that the kid can't make decisions. But let's be real. You're 16 years old. Everyone around you know how good you are. Everyone around you know that you're going to the NBA when your time is available. So who's in his corner that is forcing this? Like, parents are some parents are just as parents or agents or whatever you want to call them, are just as the problem as maybe some of the players are. Because when you talk about a 16-year-old, you got to think about, okay, you know, who's in his ear telling him you ain't going to a school unless they give you this kind of money. This is like this is what we're gonna do, coach. You gonna pay us or not? And I can only imagine. I can only imagine that as a 16-year-old, you got a recruiter in your house, and you probably want to go. You probably want to go to a certain school, but the people behind you is saying, nope, they're doing all the talking. They're not letting you talk. They want to see exactly what they get. Nothing I can do about it. I'm a fan like rest of you guys, and the only thing that we can do is we could just sit here and we can just see how everything unfolds. But to do that, I hope that when it's time for my daughter to get recruited, if she gets recruited, I hope that as a parent, I'm able to step aside and allow her, and I will assist her with the decision that she wants. But I don't think, unfortunately, a lot of kids have um, that type of support, and because of that, the money bag just continues to go higher and higher, because the the people behind the scenes of the player are never satisfied, and they always want to talk who's going to pay me the most. And I think that's a part of why college basketball is actually really, really being hurt like it is, because it's not probably the players, but it's it's the people behind them. Oh, we're going to get paid. Oh, we can get money off our name now. Oh, we getting paid. Come on, let's just step up to the table. Everybody step up. Give me what you want. Give me what you want. What you got? Nope. Go ahead and move. We're going to eliminate you. You're not even worthy. Don't even say my name no more. And I think that's exactly what we're doing with college basketball. Um, I want Osborne Jaden great if he really comes back for year two, or maybe go to another bag. So if we're let me ask you guys, if we're as a Kentucky fan base, if we are trying to, we got to ask ourselves, are we trying to really win it all next year? Is Mark Pope trying to put together a team that can win it all next year? Or is he putting together a team that is in the process of rebuilding? Because if he's looking to go try to win it all next year, then absolutely great Osobor is hands down the first choice over Jaden. Of course, if Jaden's not coming here, then Jaden's no longer in the conversation. We have to put him aside. But I still think that there's a I still think that there's a great chance that we get great. At that just sounds good. We're gonna get great. I think there's a major possibility that we can get great as well, just to come in to play with Amari. So I didn't really mean that much time to really go on the Osobor. But I wanted to put that in just because somebody brought in Jaden. I thought I'd just go ahead and just address it. Also, this right here should be pretty easy. Jackson Robinson, he put his name in the NBA drive. No one knows for sure if he's going to keep it in there or if he's going to come back to college. That's another player that I would like to say that if he chooses to come back to college, he'll end up at Kentucky. The thing is, I saw something on X when someone was actually projecting their roster or their starting guys, and they had him as the first guy off the bench. I'm sorry, but I just don't think Jackson Robinson is going to come to a team where he's not going to start. I think he's too good of a shooter, and for him to come in for egos. Egos are big these days, and I'm a starter. I'm not I'm not coming here to I'm not coming to Kentucky to come off the bench. If I ain't starting, then I'm not coming. So that's another issue that we may have with him too. But I just don't see a world where where he actually comes to Kentucky and be the sixth man. Now, that was just a fan giving what he thought as a what's the name, but I thought it really stood out because, you know, I just don't think he would come to Kentucky to come off the bench. And I wonder him playing up under Mark Pope already, I wonder how much would that be a plus for him if he comes into the system and Mark Pope already knows what he can do, what he can do. And so, I want to start or I'm not coming, coach. So let's see so we keep an eye on him too as well to see what it's you would think for a second it's so much going on and it's so many. I don't know, like some of you guys are so good with this. Like some of you guys are really, really good with this, and a lot of you guys are so on point with this. It's so much going on at times. I ask myself, how these fans able to keep up with so much that's just going on? Like how much time do you spend like really looking at everything across college? Because I mean, I'll be looking on YouTube like all the time. Like, okay, what's out there? Transfer portal. What what are players? And sometimes I feel like I can't get enough. I can't seem to find enough videos on YouTube to keep me up to date with what's going on. You look at writers for Kentucky, and you look and see like everybody's pretty much putting out the same thing. And sometimes you just feel like I need more. I need a lot more. Why come I can't get more? And so, but a lot of you guys know your stuff. A lot of you guys just really, really know, what's going on with the landscape of college basketball. And I always appreciate the comments that you guys do and everything that you guys flash up. So it actually helps me, and it actually gives me some knowledge too as well. Let's talk about one of our transfer players who left. Let's talk about Ugonna. And when he left Kentucky, I don't think he's coming back to Kentucky. First of all, but when I know probably he's not coming back to Kentucky. But I wanted to talk about him just because it was a shock that he left the way he did. That he completely left. I'm leaving Kentucky. I'm going to the NBA. I ain't coming back. And now he done got to the NBA, or now he done got to the part where he's getting feedback from scouts and from the NBA, and maybe he's not seeing exactly what he was hoping to see. So now he's having to backtrack and just see it. Like if he came back to Kentucky, would that be a good thing if Ugonna somehow made it back to Kentucky, or has his time at Kentucky, is it over? Because you got Amari Williams in now, and he has a proven track record of being as good as he is. I don't know how you can actually have Ugonna, because he's not going to come back to sit on the bench neither as well too. He's trying to get to the NBA. You can't get to the NBA if you're sitting on the bench a lot. So I don't see where you can actually bring him back to Kentucky and says, well, we got our big guy now. This is the guy that we believe in. how do you bring that back? Because we still got to, we at least need 3 shooters on the floor, at least, because we know that if Great comes and you got Amari, those 2 guys are not going to light it up from outside shots, and that's okay because they're some bruisers and they can drive, and the body weight, which we didn't have last year, we can be okay with that because we're going to have to be competitive. And as I did a short, maybe about a week or so ago, is that Kentucky got abused so bad last year, like so bad. Yes, Ugonna could block shots. Yes, a dude tried to do what he could. Um, Trey Mitchell was solid before he got hurt. He never really got back to that again, too. Z was just, and this is not throwing shade on anything that they did. We just didn't have that physical presence down low that I think we're going to have this year. 3-time defensive player of the year in his conference with Williams. You bring in Great. He's a big kid. He likes to take people off the dribble. He's strong. He's physical. I think in order for us to be competitive in the SEC, that's real physical, we're going to have guys like that. We just are, and I don't know if Ugonna, I don't know if he decides to, is Kentucky an option? I don't know if this is a route that that Coach Pope will actually go to, and I think that's very, very important to actually remember that. So I'm not sure if he's going to come back. Chris says, people asking about Indiana having success. Have you seen who is number 2 in the portal games? One of your SEC brothers, just a little bit south of Lexington, 7 transfers committed. Nobody's worried about Vanderbilt. Nobody's worried about those guys. Yeah. We're not. Chris, I love you, but nobody's worried about Vandy, man. Until Vandy does something, that Vandy's not an issue. People want to say that Kentucky is not important anymore. People want to say that Kentucky is not relevant like they used to be anymore. Here's my thoughts on that. If you turn on the TV, if you see news out of the transfer world that's going on, a lot of people are talking about, the media is really, really interested. They are really interested about what's going on at Kentucky. You cannot tell me that when Kentucky is good, that it's not great for college basketball. There's no other team out there in college that makes a bigger impact on college basketball like Kentucky Wildcats. It isn't. It isn't. You think about it. Teams look forward to seeing Kentucky come to town because of what they bring, the revenue, everything. I don't care. I don't care that UConn just won a national championship. Nobody's talking about that, man. Everybody's talking about what's going on at Kentucky. How's Kentucky rebuilding? How's Kentucky getting better? We can't wait to see Kentucky on the floor next year. We want to see because when Kentucky is good, college basketball is good. You don't think people in Nashville, the merchants, the stores, the hotels, and everybody wasn't upset that Kentucky didn't make it to the weekend? I mean, seriously, like they lost a lot of money just because of Big Blue Nation, just because Kentucky got beat. No one, and we're in the state of Tennessee. We're even bigger than Tennessee in Tennessee. Kentucky's big. I don't like when people start telling me, well, Kentucky's this, Kentucky that. Well, at the end of the day, when Kentucky is good and it's good for college basketball. And until we flat out just ain't good, we ain't nothing no more, then Kentucky's gonna be Kentucky. And Kentucky's always gonna have a seat at the table, regardless of what kind of year they had the prior to it. People still want to see Kentucky be on top. It's a given, and I don't care how much people try to fight it. Kentucky is good for college basketball, period. Nobody gets the airtime beat. We don't. Nobody isn't the podcast. Who cares about? Exactly. It's just the Cats. I agree with you. Absolutely. It's the Cats. So to me, it's just kind of the sense of like, it kind of bothers me that people are getting recruits, but they still counting out Kentucky. That they still saying, well, and if you don't, if rent free, I know, right? Look, it's like rent free, George. Thank you, George. I appreciate that. The just the audacity to people to say that Kentucky doesn't matter. And if you don't, if people say that Kentucky only got 2 recruits right now or whatever, 3, whatever it is, 3 now, whatever. And if you think Kentucky ain't gonna finish with some solid recruits, a solid transfer portal, I don't know what else to say, man. I really don't. Asking about Indiana in the chat, I simply replied, "Sorry, feelings got hurt." Hey, Vandy Chris is I know Vandy Chris personally. He's on my second to none team. Great guy. But he Chris would definitely tell you what he thinks, and I always appreciate that about Chris for sure too. Also, George Hancock is too as well. These are some good guys, but I just like the direction that Kentucky is going to. Let me see. Do I have anything else really? Jaden, we talked about him a little bit. We talked about Jackson, Ugonna, great. Um, so, what other players out there that you guys hope Mark Pope is able to go out and get? Because I know you guys are always watching and always investigating who is actually going. Is there any particular player out there that you guys would really enjoy getting if the possibility was definitely rent free from the Arkin fan that hasn't shut up about UK since the Arkin stole? That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. What other players would you guys like to see him try to go get? Yeah, heard it first. UK will lose to Missouri this year, then Arkansas, then Florida, then Tennessee. Just can't BBN or am I? Hey, we're not gonna lose those games. We're gonna be okay. Yeah, I mean, a lot of teams out here, they're still taking it slow. They're still just kind of riding it out, and we just kind of just see. I think when it's all said and done, when all the smoke is done, um, I think Kentucky's still going to have a roster that can go out on the floor and compete in year one up under Coach Pope. It will be a snowball effect once teams start to take shape. Yeah, I think so too. We all know that Missouri is no good. We all know that a lot of supposedly a lot of guys. There's still guys that hasn't actually went in the portal yet because of NIL issues and like stuff waiting for paychecks or whatever they got to get done with that, and then they're gonna pop in at the last minute. But you have to say, even though these guys haven't popped out publicly, you know that some of these guys have already spoken to coaches on the side, and all they got to do is just transfer, and then they're gonna jump right back onto a team, and that lets you know that hey, I'm talking to coaches. I'm getting my name out there. I already pretty much know where I'm going at. This is just a process that we got to wait on. Still crickets around me. So, uh, Kobe Brea is a transfer portal player, but I think Kobe Brea. It looks like he's going to end up. I think he's going to end up at UConn unless something changes. I think he's going to go play out there as well too. So the thing that this hit me that if they go out and if they get Brea, then I wonder if they actually will get the kid from St. Mary's as well too. I wonder if that may by default either push him to Virginia or push him here at Kentucky for sure. The SEC just means more. I'm gonna throw that up because it just does. And Chris, he doesn't. He's not a rah SEC guy, even though he's a diehard Vandy fan. He still roots for other teams, so I have to mute him a lot because SEC it just means more, and that's for sure. So we just got to continue to just be patient with the process. I think we have a better roster than BYU did for sure. BYU was a 6 seed, would definitely be at least a 4. I can see. Well, definitely. We're definitely going to have a better team than BYU. That's for sure. I can put I can put my glasses on it if I'm betting for it. We'll be a legit top 10 this year. See all these I like knowing that I'm not the only player based on what evidence. I think we have a better roster than if you don't, no mind, nope, not rent free in my head today. Appreciate it, Chris, but not today, dude. You're not going to live rent free in my head. So, and also, I just a little side note. I know that like me coming live is inconsistent, and I wish I was able to go every single day if possible. Um, I have kind of two little factors. I'm walking a lot for my health, and also my schedule at work really depends on our flight schedule. So sometimes when we leave for work, we know that we coming into work at a certain time, but then we all get a text or whatever and saying that everything changed. Our whole schedule is going to change. We're going to come in like 2-3 hours earlier than we were supposed to. So everything kind of shifts. We got some things going on, and once that kind of cools down a little bit, then hopefully I'll be able to really say on this day of the week at this time I'll be going live. Of course, that changes, but for the most part, once things kind of calm down, then I'll be able to say for sure, so everyone would actually know when I'm going to go live, so people would know that. Because I get texts all the time, as far as, hey, are you going live? When you going live again? Whatever. People ask me to go live every single day. Um, uh, One thing and like one reason that I don't go live every single day, and hopefully that can change. But one thing that I want to keep in mind is that I want to make sure that when I go live, I want to make sure that I'm giving quality over quantity, and I don't want to just go live just to go live. When I go live, it really helps me as far as subscribers and stuff like that. But I think it will cheat me going live every single day will cheat you guys out of a quality show. So that's why I don't really go live every single day. If it becomes a demand, then I would work around that. But I would probably have to throw in what's going on in life, what's going on over here, tell a couple of stories, just kind of let you guys know what's going on in my life from day to day. But I don't think you guys really want to come and hear all of that. So instead of me coming on here and just filling a lot of time with that, I would like to come on here and talk Kentucky, because that's really what we all are here for, is to have a family talk once again. We got to come and talk to somebody. I want to read some of these comments. When you build a castle, you have to take your time with the foundation, and not to get religious on you guys, and not to, everybody has their own beliefs or whatever. But you talk about build your foundation. That's kind of what my good book says, is make sure that you're building a solid foundation, so when that storm comes, it ain't gonna just fall over. And I'm just throwing it out there. So if it takes a little bit for you to perfect your foundation, then that's what you do. And if you got to go out, some people think speed is the answer. Well, I can go out here and I can grab up this recruit, I can grab up this transfer portal, I can go out here, I can grab this, I can just go grab these pieces. That's fine. You can go do it. But are you really taking your time to really find the pieces that really fit within my system? People forget that. It ain't about how many people can I get. I got this many people and you got this many people. So like we're going to be better than you because we're recruiting at a higher level than you and we're going faster than you. That's not the case always. I mean, that's not the case. Uh, a fool builds his house on sand. I didn't say it. There you go. That's what I'm saying. Mark Pope is building a fountain. I try not to get my blood pressure up, and I try not to get too excited. But when you got energy about Kentucky basketball, and when you get excited, you can't hold back. Like, you can't hold back. Like, I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't understand how people can go to Rupp Arena and sit on their hands. Like, you're watching the greatest program in college basketball. How can you go and sit on your hands? You got to keep that energy going. That's part of the game, man. You got to be excited and pumped up for what Kentucky basketball is about and where we're going. That's it. Kentucky basketball, man. For real. So this is exciting. It is. This is exciting. And, maybe I'm sorry about that. My fault. I just get excited. I didn't know you could see it. So my apologies for that. I just get like real excited about that. But hey, I'm not spitting on anybody else. This is my desk. I'll make sure that I'll make sure that I will actually sanitize my desk when I'm all done with Bush. I appreciate you throwing that out there. You got good eyes. You must be a young guy because you got really good eyes to really see that for real. But you get excited about your Kentucky Wildcats, and sometimes it's just hard to. It's called senior citizens. They don't want to hurt themselves. So we just got to continue to just stay excited about Kentucky. I just calmed down, so I'm not projecting anymore. And but I just can't come live and just put you guys to sleep. It's been a long. No, I meant you. Oh, I'm sorry. Whoops. I guess I told on myself. My apologies. I guess I just kind of just did that or whatever. So yeah, I just told on myself. My fault. Hey Bush, I'm gonna need you not to just say anything else for the rest of the show. Okay, you just listen. Okay, please. Big Mike's schedule is like UK Ross at this point. Very fluid. Very fluid. Thanks, Chris. So but this is fun times for Kentucky basketball, and we're excited about the future. We're excited about where it's going and everything. So, sorry, I keep looking at my phone because this is one of those days where we're actually going into work early today. But I didn't know that because when we left work yesterday, they told us we was coming in at one time, and then we get a text and they moved everything up. But I had already made it up in my mind that I'm going live today, and I was not going to change my mind. Yes, I'm loving this. I'm loving everything you guys are doing for me. Absolutely, this is amazing. I saw this map showing the most T. You know what? I'm sorry. I think I got that on my phone right now. Sorry about that. And I think it's 19. It's where's that at? I gotta see if I can throw that up right fast before chats. Let me see if I can throw that up right now. Let me see. Where's that at? Where's that at? Where's that at? Where's that T at? Where's T at? I saw that too, and I'm trying to see if I can find it. There's a map out there, and Chris, I was going to share it with you, but I was like, you know what? Chris don't want to see that because Chris don't want to see facts. Chris don't want to see facts. There's a map out there. Where's that at? There's a map out here. This map right here. I'm not sure if anybody else. Matt Jones shared it on Twitter. This is a map right here of the United States of America. Okay, the United States of America, and right now, currently, these are all the for 2023. This is what the states was talking about. All these states was talking about Kentucky. All these states were talking about Kentucky. Tell me Kentucky's not relevant. Tell me Kentucky's not important. Whoa, let me see. I don't see this team. I see that team only in their state. I see that team only in their state. I see that team only in their state. Like UK is in everybody's heart and mind. You know, that's how important UK. I didn't make the map. That's the map. That's it. I saw the map. Amazing. It is tightened up. I saw that, and I was just like, wow, that's amazing. Like why is so many states talking about Kentucky? Because Kentucky is relevant. And I don't care because our 5 years, I don't care because the year before we lost to Vanderbilt twice, that they put us out of the tournament, and I think it's in the SEC. I don't care about any of that. Nobody remembers that. Nobody remembers that stuff. They just remember that Kentucky is good for college basketball. They are good. And across America, when the University of Kentucky got beat in the first round to Oakland, these states, everybody across the United States brackets got busted. Boom, gone, right? Just like that. And people just was disappointed from day one. They was disappointed because Kentucky lost. Yeah, because Kentucky's going to take people and they're going to help people win some brackets. Kentucky busted a lot of brackets this year. That's because Kentucky's important. So I don't want nobody to ever tell me that Kentucky's not relevant because Kentucky will always be Kentucky. Even when we're limping, Kentucky is still relevant. And some teams just can't, some fans just can't admit that they would never mean what Kentucky means to college basketball. And they can't accept that. They just can't. And this is with or without John Calipari, because because Kentucky basketball was Kentucky before John, and it's going to be Kentucky basketball after John, because it's just Kentucky and it's bigger than any one person. Absolutely. I think the Tartner was earlier. He got scared. So everybody needs to buy Mike's books. Amazing. Hey, did you actually get the book, Jonathan? I know you said amazing reads. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, so thank you guys. I mean, once again, tomorrow, hey, Mike, how do I get your book? My books are actually both books are actually on Amazon. Um, yeah, I kind of forgot the name of one of them. I'm sorry. I had another brain, and I forgot it last time too. That's the relationship book, and the other one, Fear. Will it stop you? They're both on Amazon. You can go find them as well too. I'm not necessarily here promoting my books. I'm only talking about it only because of someone actually brought it up. That's not why I go live. It's to promote my books or nothing like that. Because at the end of the day, I'm a UK fan at heart, and I love my Wildcats, and I'm gonna ride and die whether I write a book or not. Uh, I'm definitely going to continue to ride. We limped for 10 years. It's time to show out BBN now. It's time. I'm telling you, we've been limping. When we lose to Vanderbilt 2 years in a, I mean, twice in 1 year. What? Twice in one, dude. Like priorities are not in order. Let's just be real. Can we just be real? Priorities was just not in order. And now priorities are being put back in order by building that Kentucky, not just a foundation, but a Kentucky foundation is what's being built. And that's why this is so vital for him to take his time and make sure. Look, you'll never find an artist that'll just run in and just paint a picture and says, buy my picture for $1 million. Oh, no. Oh, no. They'll look at it, they'll evaluate it, they'll step back from it. Laughing at your short video the other day when you said, as long as you don't call me a Vol fan or a Duke fan, we okay. Absolutely. So I put another one up because somebody kept asking me, so is it okay? Is it okay to be called a Louisville fan? So I went back and did another video too as well too. I put that up as well. But this is all about Mark Pope doing what's right. Doing what's right. And people can laugh at the hire. People can say this is a bad hire. People can say this right here. But I'm 100% sold on what's going on at Kentucky, and I'm okay with the process. When all this first started, it was some anxiety, not just for me, but a lot of people. Oh man, okay, what are we doing? What recruits are we going to get? What transfer portal guys are we going to get? What's his history as far as being able to go bring some big names in here? But then I had to sit down and think about it even more and even deeper. And he even said this too. It took a while. They asked him, what was the initial shock like for the fan base and their reaction? And it took a minute for them. It took a minute for them to sit back, sit down, relax, take a deep breath, and take in everything that just happened. And then let's see how this right here can work for the positive. And I think that's for me is like now I'm in that role where now I love to turn on the computer, or I love getting text on the text line. Where is that at? As a matter of fact, I think I should probably put that up. I don't really know design. Nope, that's not it. Caption right here. Let's see. Where is that at? I don't even know where it's at. But yeah, right here. I'll put this up right here for you guys to go across the screen. So, but I had to sit back and I really had to just evaluate the whole situation of kind of what was going on with Kentucky basketball with the hiring of Mark Pope. And now that I see that, look, this guy is building that good foundation. He's not just rushing out just to pull a guy out of the portal just because he got basketball experience already. You want to make sure that I'm doing it the right way. And I want to make sure, for me, I like a nice bathroom. Like when I go into my bathroom, I like my bathroom to be nice. Like I have bathroom phobias out in town. I like my bathroom to be nice. So in my book, people can say what other room they really like or whatever. But for me, I want my bathroom to be very, very nice. And right now, for me, I think he's taking his time in building my bathroom. And then he's going to work out. and I'm that. So that makes me excited. Is just to be able to know that I walk into my cozy big bathroom. I'm hanging out. I'm relaxing. I'm comfortable, and I'm happy. And he's doing that, and he's building from the bathroom out. In my opinion, I'm not sure if the bedroom's the best for you, if the kitchen's the best for some of you. I just like hotel bathrooms and showers. Yeah, I mean, I'm for real. Like I like. I mean, you're right. Absolutely. So bathrooms mean a lot to me. So he's in my book. The way that it made me feel all warm and fuzzy is that, hey man, make sure that you do my bathroom right. Make sure that the bathroom is done right here. And he's doing it. And he's putting once my bathroom is fixed in that foundation. And I tell you what, he gave me a good foundation for my bathroom when he went out and got Amari. When he picked up Amari, my bathroom foundation is set. It's good. It's working out and up now, down and up, and that's how it is. He set that foundation that he can go up. Mike said he got bashful cheeks was not on my bingo card for the day. Big Mike saying he got Big Mike saying he got bashful cheeks was not on my bingo card today. So, but big things are going to happen here at Kentucky for sure. Big things are going to happen. I think relevant with Pope, you can't be serious. That that's okay. I've never seen you before, Hoggy Red, on the show before. I have to assume that you are an Arkansas fan, and that's okay. I always welcome all fan bases to come and listen. I welcome all fan bases to give your thoughts and your opinions. And if you think that Kentucky won't be relevant with Pope, that's fine too. I understand. I understand. Good luck with gotta make sure. Are you a Hog fan? I'm trying to see if I can see the picture on your thing. It looked like you might be an Arkansas fan. That's what it looks like. But anyway, he's gonna be okay, you know. But thank you for coming. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Osobor, Osobor is next week. Yeah, they just don't have an exact date for him to come in. I know, or is it May the 1st that he's coming in? I think he's coming in May the 1st to actually visit. So hopefully that's going to be his last visit. And I think he's going to just say, "I'm done. I'm home. Let's go Cats and let's get this championship for real, for sure." Mike and BBN are here right now. What is everyone's realistic expectation, wins and loss wise? Do you think you guys will get 20 wins in year one? Thanks, Mr. Palmer. I appreciate it. Do you think Kentucky basketball would get 20 wins this year? And not just 20 wins, but will we be in a position to maybe beat some good quality teams while we work our way up to that 20 wins, 29 through to the 1? I'm not really sure what that means, Russ. I'm sorry. Opinion is fine, but be respectful. Absolutely. Everything's about being respectful. Yeah, everybody's welcome here. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if you are not a Kentucky fan and you're watching the show, you are a distant cousin, but you're always welcome to come and talk to us if you want to. Please hang out with us. No problem. You just you're you're distant. You are you are somebody's N1. I just put it like that. So you're somebody N1. But you're welcome always. We don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the best BBN channel out there. Thanks, David. I appreciate it. You guys promote the channel more than I do. I think we would have. Hey Don, how you doing? I think we have 20 plus wins. I think we will too. Now, can we win some key games? I should say April 29th, May the 1st, Osobor visit. Thanks, Russ. I appreciate that. I didn't understand the 21st, the 29 through the 1. I didn't get that at first because I don't think it was a we are sloppy seconds. So things are going to be really good. I really appreciate it. Absolutely. Yes, Kyla, thanks. We had 20 plus wins. I think everyone is really confident enough that we're going to find a way to at least win 20 games this year, at least 20 games. And like I said before earlier, when the question was asked earlier as well too, for me, it's just about better than thirds. Better than thirds. For me, it's all about, can we do enough this year that we don't have to play on Wednesday night? And and I'm talking about in the SEC tournament. Can we be competitive enough in the SEC that we don't have to play on a what's the name? I'm predicting that Arkansas is going to play on Wednesday night. I'm just going to put that out there right now. Okay, Woo Pig Suey Mike. So is that the mic that I know I have a mic that was with me too with my SEC team. No way we do worse this year than the last 5. It's only up from here. It really is. It's only up from here. And you can't go into follow what happened to Nebraska when they fired a coach that averaged 10 wins a year. They become irrelevant. The grass isn't always greener. We're not getting Chris. I'm gonna text you, okay? I'm going to text you when I get to work. The grass is green because we got one of our own. Like how can you not be excited about getting one of your own who understands what it means to play at the highest level at Kentucky? How can you not get excited? How can you not want to support a coach like that understands his simple words? I didn't say it. He understands the task at hand. He understands. And not all coaches can come in here because their coaches, their job was to come in here and to get paid as well too. He's coming in here because it's in his heart. For real, you know you're relevant when other fans show your pages. Yes, Big Mike. Nash, SEC, second to none, hijacking the show. I know, right? Appreciate it, Chris. Thank you, man. I appreciate it absolutely. So with the SEC, with my SEC group, we do cover a lot of. We don't really get heavy in basketball, or we didn't this year, but definitely for football, my SEC channel is called Second to None. We get very heavy into football. Like football is really what we do. That's really what we do mostly. I really want to venture out and start doing basketball on a regular basis as well too. I'm kind of working some stuff out with that, but definitely Second to None is definitely a group that we talk about college football as well too. There's going to be a Vandy fan, which is Vandy Chris, and a Tennessee guy, and we sit around and we talk football throughout the SEC. So that's what we do for that as well. But I guess I get up here and I guess I go to work. I want to thank you guys so much. The grass isn't greener on the other side. It's bluer. Our grass bleeds blue, baby. Get it right. Don't freaking mess up what the color of our grass is, Chris. Okay? Put some respect on what color the grass is. Please. It ain't green. It's blue. And we're back. For real. We got a guy that's blue and he's back for sure. 0-3. Pope is doing things right, building a strong foundation. I'm not worried about being irrelevant, not at all. We ain't got to, saying only the teams that are irrelevant can call us, try to say we're irrelevant, and that's because they really don't really matter whatsoever at all. That's for sure. It doesn't really matter. But hey, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have been watching Loyal BBN Fan Show. Tomorrow night I'll be back. I thought I was able to maybe put up that picture, but I don't have it on my screen right now. But remember, tomorrow night, you do not want to miss, because if you're live on the show, my grass is black and gold for life. I wouldn't tell nobody that. Memphis and Indiana's been killing it in the portal. Yes, they have. I agree that. Remember, tomorrow night, you do not want to miss 8 o'clock Eastern time. You do not want to miss that show, because if you're live, then you have an advantage. And that's all I say. If you saw the picture already, if you didn't see the picture, then go back on my YouTube page, and I did a post with the picture, or go back to another show. I can't remember what show it was, but I put up a picture, and if you've seen the picture already and you've already given me I wish I had that picture up one last time. What time is it? What time is it? Oh, it's 4:13. Dang it, man. I don't have time to put that picture up. Let me see if I can find that picture one more time. Sorry about this, guys. Let me see. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Because I want downloads. Let me see if I can find it. Can I find it right fast? Nope, I can't find it. Well, you'll have to go look it up. But there's a picture up that I put up. And my guy Vandy is number 2 in the portal rankings. But yeah, sure, Memphis and Indiana killing it. So remember, tomorrow night, if you've seen the picture, You already know what the picture looks like. And if you're live, it's quite a few people watching this right now. So if you're live, you will have an advantage over people who go back and watch the videos later. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Big Mike, the Loyal BBN Fan Show, and I'm out.